some extra washers on there. It's no big deal. And for the time being, I know I dropped one that's somewhere laying around here, but we're gonna get these on. I'm gonna leave that one so I can get it to easy access. I'm not gonna leave it towards the top. I'm just gonna leave it so I can get it to the side or something. But like I said, I'm not gonna fill it up right now. I'm just gonna get it all snug up, and then it gives me time to go ahead and look for that other bolt that I need. But the important thing is that I wanna do right now, I wanna get this torque arm bar in. So that's what we're gonna work on. So as of right now, we're gonna go ahead and seal this thing up. If I may need to move anything, which I don't. Looks great. That's amazing. I was doing it this way to find out if I'm going to have any issue with clearance. And obviously, as you guys can tell, I have plenty. I can fit my whole hand, so as the ride height goes up and down, it'll have that clearance. So I know that if I need to come back in here and check something, I can go ahead and take this off without having to take off my hard bar. Playing with me. Alright, get one on the top here. So yeah, there's gonna be, it's a good thing that we can get this now, because as you can tell, it's gonna get, once with the torque arm, with the pan hard bar in, you know, it's gonna get a little difficult to do some of these again, but yeah, it's good that we can get this right now. Upper control arms on this car help the differential do this, kind of jabbing it up, making sure, putting a drag on your differential. So what the torque arm bar is going to do is keep it straight and just allow the differential to ride up and down instead of, you know, pivoting to the front. So we're going to go ahead and remove the control arms. Sadly, we put in those billet spherical bushings in there. They're going to have to come off. They look cool, but oh well, we'll use them on something else. Side. Alright. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to set it up. I got, with the Maximum Motorsports kit, you get 4 of these, and you get a total of 8 pressure washers. I mean locking washers, nylon locking washers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use these regular washers for right now, just to kind of fasten it up and hold it in place, because we're going to use this hole right here on the left side of the differential. This will be used, but we're going to have to bore it a little bigger to 1/2 inch, and we're going to have to make a new hole on this side, because this one's going to come in right inside here. So what we're going to do, we're going to mock it up, and then we're going to trace it out and see, make this one a little bigger, get the new hole put in here, so we can get the 2 top bolts that are going to adjust right. They're going to come from the top down right in here. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put these U-joints in. So they're going to be, there's 4 in total. I'm only going to use 2 right now, just so I can fasten everything down. So you guys could do all 4 if you like. But like I said, it'd be easier if you guys do the regular nut instead of using the nylon one, because once you use it, it's not going to be the same when you have to remove it, because you're going to have to remove it again and then readjust and then remove it and install it. And this is just going to be easier. I can get them hand tight, and I can I can remove them fast. So that's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and start, see if we can get this guy up. So, as you guys know, I had this torque arm bar downstairs in the lab, and basically what I did, one of the better videos that I've seen of this is, of course, Mr. Eric, the car guy, did a fantastic job, fantastic explanation, a hell of a lot longer, you know what I mean, and he just kind of goes through the whole thing. You guys want a fuller, detailed video, I would say, man, that dude knows what he's talking about. Hopefully one day I get to grow up and be like him. But what I did, I slapped this guy on the vise, because after I saw Mr. Eric, the car guy, do it, he kind of broke his, and you know, his torque wrench may have reached the specification, but I didn't want to go through that, so I viced it up and I torqued this one to 220 foot-pounds. Now it's a screw washer Then this blue nylon fitting right here, it's the bushing. It's in two pieces, and it's kind of conical, so it's got a slight slope towards each end. Has to meet like that. The bigger side's in the middle, and then again another washer, and then the spacer. So that's what I did. I'm assuming it's going to work out just fine because this guy is going to get. We're just going to push this guy right into the receiver, and I'm just coating it with some polyurethane lube here. Hopefully it makes it a little easier going in. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and slide in the front cross member, which is going to get welded up to our frame rails right here, our frame connectors. So I'm going to use a jack, bring it up, get everything up to set up. This, from right here where it's going to sit, it has to be at a 0 degrees. My engine right now is being held at 0 degrees. The car is as level as I can get it. We're in the garage, there's a slight slope, so I'm trying to compensate for those kind of things. So just be sure you get it close to 0 or at 0 as possible, and then you can do your matchup, your welding on here. The other thing you'll need to do is measure the distance between the front of the cross member to the end of your transmission mount, or the bracket back there on each side, to see if it's equal, if you want to find out if it is squared up. If you don't, you may have some issues with binding, because that's what this is here for. It's to help you for less binding, but if it's not put in right, it will bind up on you. So I'm going to go ahead and try and maneuver myself to that other side. Cool, it's going in. Almost went in, but so what they want us to do, they want us to get this guy to the edge of the nylon. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go ahead. Come on, buddy. It's going. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get I'm gonna get a jack stand. Another hair. Oh, that's why it came down. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, sensor ship.
Oh, sorry. Oh, see, yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, it came. Yeah.
Fucking trans came down. That's what it was. All right. Come back in here and touch all that up. That's what paint is for. For mistakes, for bad times, you'll be able to hide.
That's what Pro 15 is for. In good times. Hard though.
Oh, the roast that you. Alright.
Biting a little bit.
So we have clearance here, as you can tell, plenty of clearance. Fighting a little bit over here. Oh, I see why.
Careful there.
Huh. I guess I don't see why. Maybe some massaging in there to push up. But let me get my angle. Well, I'm at 3. And at the moment, he's not hitting 0. Oh, wait a minute.
It's a little past 0, you're right.
Opa. We're dead nuts here to here, 20 and 5/8. Oh, wait a minute. It's a 16th. He's a 16th moved. Fuck. He's right on there. 25, 5/8, right a little bit over. He's right on there. So this is squared because they want us to make sure that this is squared. This is squared. So we're having an issue. We may be a little shorter. So I'm going to do some research to see if this can go in a little further because my problem right now, it may be that we're getting an issue because, again, Eric the car guy did his in a fair amount. Now, I have a spacing here. It's hitting the floor here. But the biggest problem is that this guy is up against what would be the floor support for the seat. Yep, I see it.
You remember?
I see it now.
It's the floor reinforcement
Yes,
that we put in. So that
I forgot about that guy. All right, well then, okay. Let me do some notes and let me go see what they say because if we have the reinforcement pan, we may come down a little bit lower.
Yeah.
But let me make some notes and see what's going on. Now, we got this guy up here right now. So everything seems to be pretty good as far as all our measurements, our ride height. I kicked it up. Right now, if I had to say, we're almost halfway into the bottom of it. They're not bottoming out. But what I could tell is that I have perfect clearance for my cover, which is good. I wanted that. But at the moment, I'm not getting the response here. We're not getting 0 at this guy right here. So I could have two issues. I could be off here in the frame, which I'm trying to measure that out, or the car is crooked, still on the floor here, and we're getting a different reading because the floor is pitched backwards. So I'm going to try and see and make some calculations. Well,
it's still a little bit off. It's almost there. Just you can.
Well, my problem is, little slight problem where it's at. So right there where I need to be, if I can go up a little higher, get it all with this right here, support for the frame rail is kind of in my way. So I have to make a solid decision whether I'm going to go a little bit ahead of this guy on both of them and then tack it all in, or I retreat backwards further into the receiver so I can go on the inside track of this, but I don't really want to do that, to be honest with you. I think that I'm going to give him a little bit more leeway and just come to the front like that and notch the front. So I'm going to contact Maximum Motorsports tomorrow and see what they say, if I'm able to do that. Because right there is kind of where I should be at.
It's on 0.
Yep. And the problem is that, like, my tabs, although seem to be dead on, it's still a little bit off. So I'm not happy. So I'm going to go ahead and get a second opinion. How's that look right there, bud?
It looks good. It looks
Is that? Oh, yep.
Sorry. It is, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a second opinion. If Maximum Motorsports tells me, all right, you could do that, then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to continue. So we'll be back. All right, guys, as you saw me, man, we're sitting here, we're wrestling with this torque armbar. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to get on the phone, I'm going to get on the horn. I'm going to call Maximum Motorsports just to get a second opinion to let me know if what I'm doing, if what I'm finding here is correct. A lot of people have seen Eric the Car Guys, like I did. Great video. Of course, his car's a little longer, and I'm having these issues right now because, of course, our GT just happens to be a little shorter than the Eric the Car Guys guy. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to find out to reassure myself that what I'm doing down here, we can do it, and then we'll come back and reinstall and weld this whole thing back up. So guys, just want to say thanks for everybody following us on YouTube, on Facebook, and especially our Instagram. Thank you for the likes, and always thank you for the comments. You guys see that I did something wrong? Please let me know. I know I'm wrong. Remember, subscribe, Next videos are coming right up. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.